Trail Lunchbox, by the way, that's Arlo Park's new one called Weightless on the Trail. I'm Mike Smith again, and joined by my friend and colleague, Udo Fluke. As if you don't know who Udo is, he's the... Udo, what are you at Arts Missoula?
Well, I'm the director of Arts Missoula Global, which is a program that has several arms. It has an arm into K through 12, offering cultural and global competence seminars. Mm-hmm. It has an arm that that handles the sister city connections that Missoula has, and there are two.
We've got two.
That's right.
Let's see if I can get these right. We have Neckargemünd in Germany.
Correct, and that one is turning 30 this year.
Wow.
It's a 30th anniversary this year.
And we exchange culture and students, and you can just go there on a vacation.
Correct.
And that's is that a neat little city over there?
It is. Neckargemünd is 1,000 years old. And literally, I'm not just saying that, but it's,
right. Well, that's you go to Europe and things are old.
That's right.
Yeah.
1,000 years old. Has a beautiful downtown, and we have had student exchanges with Hellgate High School over the years. Many students have come from Neckargemünd High School to Missoula.
Yeah.
And many students have come from here to Neckargemünd. And then the second sister city is
Palmerston North.
Correct.
New Zealand.
In New Zealand, and that sister city connection turned 40 last year.
Wow. Cool. And you have been to both cities?
I have been to both, yes.
And Arts Missoula, so you guys just came off the New Year's program, which was really fun. We were downtown for it. And so that's another thing you do, is you showcase the art on New Year's Eve, which has been first night.
Right.
And then you guys changed it to Missoula, Maine.
Yeah, our new executive director, well, she's not that new anymore. She started last year in the summer, wanted to really rebrand the event and dust it off and turn it into something new and exciting, and that worked great. Heather Adams is the new executive director, and she did a wonderful job getting a section of Maine engaged in these activities. At the end of the year, they were at the Missoula Public Library, they were at the ZAC, they were at MCT, and in many places in between. And then at midnight was the egg drop from the Wren Hotel.
From the Wren Hotel.
And so it was a little bit like being in New York and seeing the ball drop.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool.
And just another spotlight on arts and culture.
Correct.
So you go into the classrooms as well, and folks can learn actually about what you do on a regular basis with a podcast that you do. That you and I know each other because I'm on the other side of the microphone for International Voices with Udo Fluke. That's a monthly podcast, and you've had some really interesting guests. Some folks people might know, like Larry Perney, who's an artist, a longtime Montana artist, and then other folks that maybe aren't as well known, but big guests, people that are steeped in arts in their own countries, in their own communities, and everywhere else.
We started the podcast in February of 2020, so we're going into its third year this month, and I'm very excited. I have had the pleasure to talk to international guests in Germany and other places, in New Zealand. And then, of course, many guests from here and from the United States in general. So it's been very interesting, informative, and most of all, fun to do these things.
Yeah, and you can find the podcast, International Voices with Udo Fluke, at artsmissoula.org, as well as the Trails page. Again, it's a collaboration between our two organizations. And also, again, I'm Mike Smith talking to Udo Fluke of Arts Missoula and Arts Missoula Global, presenting the Worldview film series. Let's talk February. You know, you think of love, you think of chocolate.
Right.
And you guys have a film, the beginning of the Worldview Film film series. Let's run it down. I've seen it, but it's one that's worth a second look or a first look if you have not seen Water for Chocolate, Mexican film.
Correct.
Can you kind of run that down?
Sure. So every season we pick a theme, and then we find international films that are connected to that theme. So for this spring, we selected Cultures in Love. We have had many other themes over the years that all play with this idea of cultures in something, in cultures in motion, for example, or films about dance in other cultures. So this spring, it's Cultures in Love, and we kick it off next Monday, February 13th at 7 p.m. at the Roxy Theater in Missoula. And like you said, the film is a film from Mexico, produced in 1992, and the title is Like Water for Chocolate.
Chocolate is the sizzle, but here's a thought. You start your Valentine's Day the day before.
That's right.
Surprise your Valentine with tickets to see Like Water for Chocolate at the Roxy Theater.
That's right. And here's the good thing, Mike. No tickets needed. This is free to the public. And I'm really happy that we had the Worldview film series, which I started in 2018, 100% sponsored by local businesses like U.S. Bank, Lake Missoula Tea Company, and William Rydick, attorney at law. Those are our spring sponsors. We have different sponsors in the fall than we have in the spring. And because those organizations are basically paying for the film rental itself, for the use of the Roxy, there is no charge for the community that wants to see these films. So it's free.
Fantastic. Always behind every sort of organization or event, there are some great local businesses and other organizations.
Absolutely.
So we thank all of those folks. And again, all the film screenings are free at the Roxy. Will somebody give a little pre-talk about the film?
I usually welcome people, and I have since we started in 2018, just sort of tell people what we're trying to accomplish. Thank the sponsors that were here tonight, and oftentimes give sort of an intro to the film if the film received international recognition, Oscars, those kind of things, just to provide a little bit of background, and then, but that's usually a couple minutes, and then we'll start with the film.
Yeah, nice. Well, if you're hearing about the Roxy Theater and the Worldview film series for the first time, I just want to give you a little something more about it. The Roxy is this independent movie house with multiple theaters and super comfortable chairs anymore. They got those replaced a while back. Triple organic popcorn with all the toppings that you want. And then I think one of the best snack bars in the biz. As far as any theater, and affordable snacks there. And so I think the whole experience is quite fun. In fact, my wife, who's this cinephile in the household, all I need to hear is, let's go see a film at the Roxy. Absolutely.
No, we love collaborating with the Roxy Theater. They have a friendly staff, like you said, a variety of beverages and candies, and of course, their famous popcorn. It's a community-owned theater, and it's located on the Hip Strip, downtown Missoula, on 718 South Higgins Avenue. And we just so
those are the details for those folks who haven't been here. Like I saw that place burn a couple of 20 years ago, right? So so it's been through this whole metamorphosis and a beautiful marquee out front. So let's just run it down quick, because folks can look it up for themselves. But then we move into March, and we've got another Worldview film.
Correct. There's always four films in the spring and 4 films in the fall. So in March, we have Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, a movie from China that was produced in 2000. March 13th is when it screens at the Roxy, and all films in Worldview always screen at 7 o'clock to make it easy for people. 7 o'clock,
okay.
And it's always the second Monday of the month, which I'm a firm believer in. The more structure and the more routine you can start with something, the higher chances are people actually will remember, oh yeah, it's the second Monday, it's Worldview Film.
Good on you. Very precise.
Well, as a German, it's sort of, it's
the precision of the Germans. Okay, so then we roll into April.
Supernova from the UK.
That's one I hadn't heard of.
2020 film. That screens on April 10th, also the second Monday of April. And then we finish it off on May 8th with Bride and Prejudice, a film from India from 2004.
And that's kind of a big, probably colorful Bollywood style thing.
It is a colorful Bollywood, great music, great, sort of story set in India. And all films have to do with love. And we just figured that, like water for chocolate, this next Monday, February 13th, is the film to kick it off in February, especially with the fact that the very next day is Valentine's Day.
Fantastic. Perfect timing. Again, I'm Mike Smith. We are the Trail 1033. I'm talking with Udo Fluke of Arts Missoula Global and the Roxy Theater, presenting the Worldview Film Series. ArtsMissoula.org for more.
One more thing, if I may, Mike.
Yeah.
We are really proud to have the artwork of the posters. And the posters hang downtown in businesses. The poster is also available on our website at www.artsmissoula.org. And that poster is developed every season by Missoula artist Courtney Blazon.
Sure.
And she does the poster artwork for the Worldview film poster.
We know Courtney. Great. Well, again, the key on these is free to the public.
Correct.
And also just looking into some different cultures and seeing some, dare I say, sumptuous films.
Yeah, and it's great entertainment. The films are enjoyable to watch. And like you said, one can learn something about another culture and its people. And I think it's really sort of this idea of the Worldview film series is like a window to the world for the Missoula community. It helps us broaden our understanding of the world beyond our borders.
Brilliant. And that's what you do in the schools. That's what you do with your podcast.
Always the same idea.
That's what you do with your fun things like Missoula on Main, German Fest, New Zealand Days, and everything else that Arts Missoula has pulled off all these years. Well, you and I will continue our discussion over pints at some point, and we'll turn everybody else loose. We are The Trail. This has been The Trail Lunchbox. My guest, Udo Fluke. Check out his podcast, artsmissoula.org. Thank you, Udo.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Mark from The Trough in the Old Dairy.